Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We're back here on the island, and we're gonna get started. I think we're gonna sell some silage, probably first thing. I think we've got plenty of it. Yeah, we've got enough, I think, to sell some. We actually need to probably move some grass around too. So let me tab over to something with the trailer here. Alright, so I redid the yard a little more, expanded it a little more, built another bale shed back here and moved the one that we had over. So these are now kind of in line with the ones kind of up front of the silos there. And we can drive around everything here. Alright. We'll spawn some of these bales out. I don't know how all these are getting separated. I'm guessing it's because of their size, but don't know for sure. You want to load those up there, Fuzzy? See, the rest of these, the 668 number, that is the regular size bales, so 6,500 liter bales. But we have all these that are like the odd sizes, and I don't know why it splits. I think this is what happened the last time back in Farming Simulator 22. These bale sheds, they split them up for some reason, and I don't know why. So you have to take one bale out at a time, which is ridiculous. And none of these were ejected. Looks like they're at 2,055 liters each. Some of them are smaller. 1244. 1244. So it's not an isolated thing of ejecting the bales out of the baler. It's literally splitting the bales up and making them smaller sizes. Why is it doing that? It doesn't make any sense. Why is it doing that? It's not taking them out of that. It's not taking them out of that one. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Twitchy. But that's gonna get old really fast, having to do one bale at a time. Okay, now we're down to the regular sizes. I wonder if this one has different sizes now. Nope, this one has all the regular size ones. I don't know, why does it do individual bales like that? Will it not load them because they are different sizes? It may be because they're different sizes that it won't load them on the bale trailer. Once you get to a point where they're all the same size, then it should be okay. Okay. Ooh. What I may start doing is just go back to the bulk fill on the main silo and just put the grass and stuff in there, and not have the bale sheds anymore. Maybe still do the baling, but not have the bale sheds where we store them at. Oh, come on, I know I can jump over that. Alright, where do we sit at now? Number 1 and 2 are full, so we need some in 3, 4, and 5. Alright. 1 through 3 are full. Still need just a hair bit in number 4, and then number 5 needs some. Alright, that'll be good for now. I'm just gonna park this right here. Alright, let's sell some silage. Just out of curiosity, see what the price is going for it. $221. It's not great, but not bad. It's better than what it has been before in the past. Could be worse. Could be 211, 212. What's everybody's Memorial Day plans? Memorial Day weekend. I get the joy of working. I know Memorial Day, usually it kind of kicks off the day for, backyard barbecues and kind of kicks off summer and everything. Of course, the reason for the day is, remembering the fallen troops and stuff, the military, all those who serve. But it is kind of the kickoff. It's kind of like the pre-July 4th, pre-summer celebration. Kind of marks the beginning of it. We'll have barbecue and hot dogs and cheeseburgers, hamburgers, and steaks, and all kinds of good stuff. So I'm gonna say that it's probably a pretty good chance a lot of y'all that are normally here are probably gone for the Memorial Day weekend. Because looking at the numbers over here, yeah, I'm gonna say a lot of you. Again, the Memorial Day weekend, you know, it's kind of the kickoff to summer vacation for a lot of people. I know a lot of schools are have dismissed for the summer. I know a lot of kids have graduated. A lot of, you know, college is out. You know, they're pretty much graduated and closed now. Unless you're going to summer sessions or summer schools or something like that. Big Dog says he'll be here. So I'm going to say maybe a lot of y'all went to the lake. I know that's a pretty popular thing. Go to the lake and I'll pretty much party on. But nope, I'll be here. I'll be here too. Just affirming. Farming Simulator released a very strange video this week. Of course, I don't know who the new guy is, but he's like a desk anchor, and didn't really announce anything. He just basically, they basically just made a video to say, yeah, we haven't announced anything. Pretty much. I mean, and pretty much if we're gonna announce something, you know, you'll be the first to know. That's the kind of the essential thing. I mean, there's, you know, the rumors of the emergency pack and everything. The title of it's spelled out in the title of the stream. It's Ronîda Island 4X. Oh, it's a public holiday Monday in the UK too? What's the holiday in the UK? Ours is Memorial Day. Yeah, Ronîda Island 4X. I think it's still in the title of the stream, isn't it? Should still be the same. Alright. So I'm going to do a quick fly around to show you guys what all I've been working on. And really, it's probably best to work on this not in multiplayer, but because it definitely will cause a lot of lag. The hill, got all the trees cleared off of it, knocked it down, did a ton of flattening and smoothing over here. There's still a little bit of a hill there, but I think I've got it to the point where we've got it smooth enough now we can kind of plant around it. Got it all plowed up, made a field here. Morning, Trent. How long have you been on this map? Couple weeks? Yeah, maybe a couple weeks. So yeah, we got the perimeters of it done out. I'm probably going to do some more work elsewhere on the map. Probably up here in the northeast part. But we'll come to that later. We are working on plowing out these two fields over here. And I need to actually promote Fuzzy to farm manager so he can create field. Just, Fuzzy, I'm going to let you plow. You can pick which one you want. There's the cloth and then there's the fence. Just plow within the borders that I've already got plowed out. Let me... Yeah, the fields are huge. They literally go from one side of the island to the other side of the island on those western fields. So, let me do this real quick. Oh, let's see. I gotta go up here and down there and promote. All right. I'm gonna let you plow, and I'm gonna, whichever one you don't grab, I'm gonna grab. But yeah, looking at this, all we gotta do is finish plowing this out, and then finish plowing all this out. So I've kind of got the borders of the field already done. This one does sit on a hill up here, and I may come back and maybe take some of that down, but I may just leave it as is. I think I'm going to leave this tree line through there, and then I'll probably leave some section of this, because there's a couple of the big rocks that go through here, and then there's a big rock right there. So I'll probably like divide this up, maybe do like either an expansion of this field over this way, or just create a whole nother field over here on the west side of the tower. I know that rock right there can go, but I'm going to keep all the larger rocks, and then again come back and work on this northeast area up here. Maybe do something with it. Let's see, that's not working. Why is that not working? Did I turn it off? I did. Working this morning, Trent? Yeah, it's gonna be raining in a lot of places today, Trent. Supposed to actually rain here again, I think, this afternoon. Whit Sunday. I've never heard of that. Related to Christian, it's Christian holiday of Pentecost, okay. It's a little foggy down here around the shop. And I'm trying to decide what crops I want to put where. I know I want to put the cornfield somewhere close to the farm. So it'd have to be one of these fields either on the west side or the east side that I've created. I would like to do, at some point, it doesn't have to be right away, but at some point I'd like to do a dedicated grass field. And that might be what I put maybe up here behind the thing, or maybe up here in the northeast. But we've got a lot of meadow grass still out there that we can mow, so may just do that for now and then do corn either this long field there or this big field over here. And then I haven't decided on the third crop. The second crop would probably be maybe cotton. But I haven't decided where to put what. I'm trying to be logical about it. I could see us keeping the bale sheds for cotton. Or cotton bales. But yeah, I'm this close, and I'm holding my thumb and index finger very, very close together, showing you guys how this close I am to storing grass in the silo again, like we did back over on Ringwood. And I'm already looking forward to whatever our next map will be. Not that I'm not having fun on this map, because I'm having a lot of fun on this map. And I don't know what our next map will be. I know I'm really looking forward to, I think I'm probably most looking forward to the Alma 4X map. That's probably the crown jewel that I'm looking forward to. We'll probably, I have a feeling Murray, Iowa will drop before the Alma 4X does. I'm kind of thinking, unless he gets just, you know, insanely busy on the Alma 4X map, and we've seen some screenshots of the gas station that he's building over there. Going good, Adam. How are you doing? Good morning. Unless he gets insanely busy on the 4X map, it's probably going to be a while. I've honestly, in my opinion, I don't expect it before July 4th. I think it will probably drop sometime after July 4th. Can't really give like a timetable or window that I think, but I think it will be after July 4th, because he's still working on Murray, Iowa. He's been working on Murray, Iowa since before the announcement of Alma 4X. So I have a feeling we'll see that one before Alma 4X. And then just because he said that he had some limitations with his computer and whatnot, that it'll probably be a minute before we see it. I really hate to like pin it down to when I think we might see it, because I just don't know for sure. But I got a pretty good feeling that, you know, it won't be until after July 4th. Sometime. That's a pretty broad window though. Hopefully we'll see it sooner than later. But yeah, we'll go to Murray if we don't see that before. It would totally shock me if we saw the Alma 4X map before Murray, but I mean, hey, that'd be great if we did. And again, I don't want to go back and play the standard version of Alma because a lot of stuff is going to change. So the stuff that currently exists with the 2X version of the map, I have a feeling a lot of that stuff is going to change. So it'll be like a completely different map, but still kind of the same. You don't expect Alma until Christmas? I don't think it'll be Christmas. I think we'll see it sooner than that. But I can definitely say with good confidence that it will definitely be after July 4th. It wouldn't shock me if we didn't see it until around Labor Day. I think it'll be before that though, because there's so much hype about it. And he's already working on it. So I think it'll be before Christmas. And we're approaching the what is the right terminology? The anniversary, maybe, of the disappearance of DJ modding. June 18th, 2025 was the last time we heard anything out of DJ modding, and then he just disappeared. He fell off the face of the earth. He went to jail. He's in a coma. Something happened. I don't know. Maybe he's working like an oil rig or something, and they, sometimes those guys go for 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. Sometimes they work on those things and they stay out there for a long time. I don't blame him. I mean, the people that work those oil rigs make good money if that's what he's doing. Maybe he works in a diamond mine. Maybe he's, in Narnia. Maybe he went to Hogwarts and he's, in his second year. Your guess is as good as mine. What happened to DJ modding? He has vanished. No posts, no updates. I know there was supposed to be an update to Judith Plains. He announced that he was working on a new map, and yeah, I don't know. And we had been getting periodic updates from him for Judith Plains. We'd be getting an update, usually every month, sometimes more, the closer we got to it. But yeah, I don't know. Does anybody else know what happened to him? Because I don't know. Well, y'all are really putting Alma 4X way out there. Way out there. I don't think it'll be that far. I think we'll see it before Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I might be surprised. I do not know. I don't have any insider information or anything, but hopefully we'll see it before. I'll say this. Hopefully, I'm hoping we'll see it before Labor Day. But I don't think we will see it until at least after July 4th. So that puts it somewhere around the time frame of July-ish, late July, August, September. I know that we've got, FarmCon coming up. When is that? In August, I think. Late July or August. Tractor, pull that hill. What do I think should be put in the farming simulator this time for the new game? I've got some stuff that I have thought about that would be nice to have in the game. Realistically, will it happen? Let me start with the most unrealistic list. Crop dusters. I think that's a unrealistic anticipation to see crop dusters in the game. Of course, I didn't, tornadoes were on the most unrealistic thing to be added to the game, and look what they did. They added tornadoes. So again, disclaimer, I do not have any insider information. I think crop dusters would be cool. I actually saw a new crop dusting game on Steam that I wanted to check out. I had to go back and look at the title of it, what it was again. But it looked pretty neat. Say Giants should buy that company and then put that in the game. I think orchards would be a good one. That would give you so much more stuff to farm. It would give you new equipment. It would give you new fruits. It would give you new productions. I think that would be really neat to have, orchards. And I know there's mods for orchards and stuff right now. But to have them in game and have the new, equipment in the game. Because there's a lot of orchard equipment. They have machines that come in and prune the trees up. They have equipment that comes in and cleans up around the bottom of the trees specifically for orchards. They have the tree shakers that come in and basically hug the bottom of the tree and wrap it up, and it has like a upside down umbrella that catches all the products that come out of the tree, whether it be fruit or nut or whatever's in it. Did you? Okay. Dark One, did you do any expansion or did you do any alterations to the field? Tell you one thing I'd like to see change in Farming Simulator: the rules. The rules for Farming Simulator are kind of out there. So there's plowing and there's cultivating, right? In many parts of the world, and a big part of America, we just don't plow in a lot of places. But the thing with Farming Simulator right now is that if you plow, you won't have weeds, I think that should change. Base game. I think the whole rule with no weeds with plowing, or having the differences between plowing and cultivating, that should change up. Either do away with it, or make it to where plowing, you still have weeds, that pop up. Because realistically, if you plow a field, you're probably still going to have weeds pop up. I don't know why that's a thing, because I've seen fields that have been plowed and they still have weeds pop up. Negative just a harvest. So you haven't changed the fields at all. AI and steer assist is not working. I've had this happen to me before where it didn't work, but it's because I've done some field alterations. Maybe it depends on the time of year or something, or trying to think reasons why that won't work. Oh, you have 150 hours on it? Well, you could back up your save, and sometimes, I will say this, a lot of times when we have issues, it's usually a mod conflict. Yeah, like Jeff just said. Did you add any mods? Yeah, usually a lot of times the number one problem of stuff not working is a mod conflict. So did you add any new mods that might be interfering with that? The best way to check that is to sell your equipment, and then you can keep your save, but you can sell your equipment, maybe deactivate all your mods, and then just add them back one at a time and see if it works. See if it works after you deactivate them, and then yeah, sometimes it's a mod update. And sometimes it's a mod that you wouldn't even think would be a problem. I know there were some problems with realistic weather. I know there were some problems with... I haven't even checked on the new one. The one where you can auction off the land. Or participate in auctions for land. I actually need to go through and clean up our mod folder a little bit. Yep, see if that'll work. And if you deactivate the mods and you go in and you try to hire it out on something, and it works after that, then you know it was one of the mods. Then it just is like a process of elimination, trying to figure out which mod. So it's always fun, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. What are you going to plant in this field? Well, this long field, I'm kind of leaning towards corn over here. Just because our farm is right back there, you can kind of see it back there in the haze. Probably going to do corn here because we're going to turn the corn into chaff, and then we'll probably end up storing a lot of the chaff. But we'll put the chaff in the harvester silos that we've got back there. Let them ferment. It's been our main crop thus far on this map. But yeah, the whole plow and cultivate thing, I could see keeping the plows for like field creation like we're doing now. And then you could run it as an alternative. But the whole rule, you know, with weeds and stuff like that, it'd be nice just to be able to use a cultivator and, you know, still have to deal with weeds. I'd be more inclined to use the laser thing. I haven't actually even tried the laser thing. I kind of want to try that out. I think we have the thing, one of the things that does that, and we just haven't used it yet. What would that even be under? Would that be under weeders? I think it's that thing right there. This is the burn thing. This is the flame throwing thing. I guess it doesn't really throw flames, but I think this is the thing that burns them out with fire. So that ought to be pretty neat to That ought to be pretty neat to run. Haven't tried it yet, but we'll see how it works maybe at some point. The laser thing was the other thing, and I don't think that's available yet. Don't think it would be under sprayers. Well, there's that thing under, they put that thing under sprayers too. So basically this is a weed removal process. It's different, but I think it would be neat to take a look at. But yeah, probably gonna do corn in this field. I'm either gonna do corn in that field or this field. This field's more squarish. This one's just long and making it wider. So either one of these fields is going to be corn, because need to have that closer to the farm there. And I'll say it would be nice to have the cotton probably close to the farm, because we're going to have to haul the bales out. So now I just got to decide which one to do what in. Could do cotton in this one and corn in this one, or cotton in this one and corn in that one. We'll say it probably, I don't know. I got to think about that, because the bales are going to roll. The bales are round. Can't change that unless we go with the case cotton picker or stripper. Well, they don't have a stripper in the case. They have the stripper in the deer, but those bales are still round. So the thing is, I don't want my bales to roll off into the sea. That would be bad. If you did round bales and they rolled off in the ocean, that would not be good, right? So I don't know, maybe do a lot of in-rows, but even then, you know, it still doesn't guarantee that it won't drop it up on one of these steep hills and then it rolls all the way down to the beach and then rolls off into the ocean. So maybe the other area down there. See, this one's got a steep hill on it. This one kind of slopes down here at the end. So if it dropped any round bales down this, that would most likely roll over. I guess what I could do is, to prevent that, I could bring in some trees. Put up more palm trees or something, or just build a fence. Could build a fence would probably be more logical. Just put a fence in down there that would stop the bales from rolling off into the ocean. I might do that. I might build a fence around a lot of this stuff. May have to consider that. Yeah, I do believe that's in the mod hub. That thing. I think that was in the mod hub. Again, I haven't tried it yet, but it looks pretty cool. Pretty sure that's what that is. It's called the Big Burn, so. Build a wall? Yeah. We're gonna build a wall. Mexico's gonna pay for it, okay? No, we're gonna build a wall and Ronîda's gonna pay for it. Believe me, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Billions and billions. We can build a wall, but we have to build it legally, okay? Billions and billions of dollars. Trust me, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna build our own materials for the wall right here in Ronîda. Okay, we're not buying anything from China. And I'm thinking about if we could build just some oil platforms off of the shore, off the coast. We're going to drill, baby, drill, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Trust me. Wouldn't that be neat if you could do like oil things, like the oil derricks and the oil rigs in the water? So if you had like a body of water on your map, like you're on a coast, you could build a oil rig out in the water and then make money. You could put it under the generator category, the same place with the solar panels and windmills. Maybe under farmhouses. If you wanted to live on your oil rig, you could do that. Gets to a point, it's like, where do you draw the line? And really, there's not a line because there's so much creativity possibilities with farm sim. But it kind of stops becoming farm sim when you're doing all the oil pipelines and mining, and then it becomes mining simulator and oil simulator and truck simulator, and it kind of becomes unfarming simulator. Question is, what kind of fence do we want to build? Do we want to build just a little barbed wire fence? Need to go through and look at them, I guess. I'll do that when I turn around. Are there any stone fences? There's a brick wall. All in all, we're just another brick in the wall. Got a simple stone wall. That might work. Concrete wall. I don't think a picket fence would work in this situation. Is that like a chain link fence there? Kind of looks like one. Oh, there's a stone wall right there. How did you run your tractor off in the ocean? Well, I got the shopping for fences online. I could just put candy canes down there. I've still got the candy cane wall. No, I think a stone wall would be better. Where's that regular stone wall at? I just saw it somewhere. I just saw it. Is that it? That's it. So that's the regular stone wall right there. How tall is that? Wait, it won't let me see it? Well, there we go. I think that would work. Kind of short, though. I think it would stop bales from rolling off in the ocean. Where's that other stone wall? How do I get back? Well, that didn't work. Probably shouldn't be trying to do this right now while I'm trying to plow, but we've got that brick wall. That definitely looks taller. Where's the other stone wall that we saw? Simple stone wall. That's just cinder blocks. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I almost like the shorter one better. Alright, how do I get... Crap. There's the brick wall. So that's like a red brick wall. That'd be something you'd put around a schoolyard or something. How do I get back? How do I... I don't want to place a segment. I want to get back. There we go. That's weird, because you keep hitting B and it keeps flickering back and forth between something up there. B is usually back. I think I'm just going to build the little short stone wall, and that should be enough to keep the bales from rolling off into the ocean. And then I guess it wouldn't really matter where we do what with round cotton bales. Again, unless we use the case cotton picker. But we can haul more at a time with the round bales, so. Just saying. We don't need no education. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We don't need no thought control. Do 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 do. Do-do-do-do. Don't know all of the words to this song. Do-do. Do-do-do-do. All in all, we're just another brick in the wall. Hey, teachers, leave your kids alone. Yeah, what I'll probably do is I did sell back the Vaterstrad planter, and I bought the Kinsey planter. I'll probably get back into those later, but right now on fields of this magnitude, we're gonna want something that has that little extra bump of capacity in it. So just need to see. I've noticed that it depends on the seed of what you're planting as to what it uses up faster first. So some stuff it will use up seed more, and then some stuff it will use the fertilizer more. So like if you're planting cotton or corn, I think it uses the fertilizer faster. But if you're planting soybeans, it uses the seed faster, I think. I think I've noticed that. So we'll just have to I think what I'm going to do is not put any extra tanks on there and just see what it uses faster depending on what we plant. Oh, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Trying to keep the mute mic button in reach. It's one field, Fuzzy. Yeah, that's all supposed to be one field. You know what we need? You know the things they build, I don't know if they build them everywhere, but I know like in the Carolinas, they have like, they call it a seawall. And they bring in the big like boulders and, you know, big stone things. You know, a lot of times they'll destroy bridges and stuff and build up a seawall. That's what we need. We need a seawall. We need a seawall to build up with some big boulders and stones and stuff. Can you place? That'd be a lot of stuff to place though. I don't know that you can place big boulders. Would that be under even? Big boulders, big boulders. Got some ramps. We could fly our stuff off into this ocean out there. Got some placeable palm trees. Gotta remember that for when we want to put up some more palm trees. Decorations, maybe? Big boulders, big rocks. Don't see any. Nope. I'm gonna say there's not any. Yeah, all of this is one field. I will say it's more until you get over to the medial side of this field. Most of this field is flat on the outside. Flat-ish, so maybe it would be better to put bales there, but I kind of think it would be better to put them over here closer to the farm because this is where we're going to store them at. So I'm thinking corn here and maybe cotton over here. But thinking about it now, might be better to do the cotton over here because corn we won't have to worry about bales. And then we would just only have to build a stone wall straight along the edge of the beach here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do cotton over here then. Then we'll do corn over here. So I'll get this field plowed out. I think cotton will be the first thing because it's ready to plant in February. You like the Mini Map Plus mod? Yeah, it's a pretty good mod. I really like it. Somebody finally did what I've talked about somebody needing to do for a while. So if you guys didn't see the video from yesterday over on YouTube, showed off the new Mini Map Plus mod. Gotta turn it on. See right down there in the mini map, I don't know if you can see it, it says no overlay at the top left corner of it. So if you hit Alt and 9, there's crops. Alt and 9 again, there's growth. Hit it again, there's weeds. Hit it again, there's fertilizing. I think I like it on the fertilizing one. And then it cycles back around. You can add stuff to this. You can put stones and I don't know, rolling and stuff like that. If you have it turned on, you can cycle through that. But yeah, I kind of like I like having that. If you're fertilizing, it really comes in handy because you can see what part of the field you have fertilized. And the reason why this is going through saying fertilized is because of the grass. The grass that's here, unless it's a painted texture where there's not any grass, then it'll show the first stage fert. Yeah, that's I've talked about that for I don't know how long. It's been a while that I've talked about that. Somebody needed to do that, and somebody finally made that mod. Go back and look here and see if I can find it. Oh, when did that come out? I kind of went over the whole thing in detail in the YouTube video. I think it was yesterday's. Yeah, Mini Map Plus by 50 Keda? It's 50 KEDA. Mini Map Plus. Another must-have mod. Yeah, I'm probably going to add that one to the essential mod folder there. We've got that one. We've got the... I can't remember the exact name of it. It's the mod that shows only the crops that you have in your silo. And when you have a silo that holds pretty much everything, including road salt, you need something that only shows what you got in there. Or well, that only, when you go to fill up, it only loads the stuff that you get in there. So you don't need to cycle through, you know, all the different things. And then probably the enhanced vehicle mod. There's some equipment that I've got in that folder too. I think I put the 8900 case tractor. Put the 4955 in there. I think I've got the US version of the 9900i. I'm trying to remember what all I got in there now. I've got a few things in there. I think the 50 series International's in there. Probably the row crop 7810. I need to go back and add the which combine was that? Was it the, I want to call it the Titan, but I don't think it technically was a Titan. Trim silo dialogue. That's it. Jeff. I knew Jeff would know. Trim silo dialogue. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, and probably I would say maybe the what is that other one? Oh shoot. Wonder if I can look at it in the mod thing and it'll show me. I don't want to drive off in the ocean either. Mods. Here we go. Will it show it? The Swathing Plus mod. I think it's called Swathing Plus. I don't know if it'll show it in here though. This may just show the equipment. Yeah, it doesn't show that in here. I think it's, what is that called? Swathing Plus? Where you can mow the grass with the swathing head. Okay, yeah, Swathing Plus. Probably add that one maybe to it. And I'd probably have to go through the list and see what else I would consider in an essential mod. There's a lot of stuff that we use that we don't think about. Probably Simple Inspector. Definitely would want Simple Inspector. Back and look at that list again though. Let's see. Just kind of skim through it. Probably the AGI dryer, where you can put propane in, because you can dry more crops with this thing than you can with any of the others. You can dry pretty much all your like corn, soybeans, wheat, oat. If you wanted to dry it, you could. That 9900i again. Maybe the Brux chipper. That thing really definitely comes in handy. And you know, it's not realistic, but it does come in handy. Probably the 890 and the 8900. I like this little tank. Maybe these front arms, because these are painted and decaled for the case in New Holland tractors. Oh, the Ford. Definitely the Ford. The TW35. This is fixed. So they fixed, I think it was, who was that, KFC that fixed it? They went in and fixed the fuel thing where you couldn't fuel it up. So now we have that one. The 50 series, definitely. Probably the HX20. Maybe the 4320. And then, of course, the 4900 series. The row crop 7810 there. There it is. The John Deere. It's the 8820. So probably would put this in the essential mods. Just because it's a fantastic older starting combine. And then maybe the 9RT. There's probably more in that list, but that's just kind of the highlight. The highlight reel. There's some more that are in the works. I know How do you say his name? Is it Dents? The one that did the big 9RX? That has all the IC controls on it. Is it Dents or Dints? I would say it's Dents. D-I-N-C-E. He's working on a US 7R that looks really good. I don't know. I don't think it was him. Somebody else is working on some US New Holland tractors. Go back and look at that again. I want to say it's Bronchima, but I don't know for sure. Oh yeah, it was Bronchima. Working on a T6, T7, and T8, all US spec lineup. Had to search for it. Oh, that's going back that way. I think I'm gonna go ahead and build this stone wall down here. Now I just gotta find it again. Oh, I think I've done past it. Back up here. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go from there. Actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna go from there. Keep it straight. Hang on, you know what? Let me redo that. I want to get it as close to the beach as I can. So do it from there. To about right there. Alright. We got a wall there. Need to build one on the other end now. Alright. I think that'll keep the bales from rolling off in the ocean there. Morning, Beast Man. How's it going? Can we voice chat on Discord? I'm a little busy right now. I don't really voice chat on Discord. Part of the Puma Plow community, and sometimes I'll be in TeamSpeak, but really don't do a whole lot of voice chatting. There might be somebody in here though in chat that might want to voice chat on Discord with you. Painted the edges of your field with grass and it seems to be working again? Good. That's why I asked, you know, a lot of times when we do the field alterations, like if we do any expanding or merging or anything like that, sometimes it can affect like the framework for the AI and the steering assist stuff. But it sounds like painting the edges might have fixed that, so I don't know. I know if you affect the edges, even if it's just a little tiny blip, uh, it can affect it. I don't know if you had field creation turned on when you were plowing or something, and you hired it out, or maybe you had it on steer assist and didn't realize that field creation was on. It might have made some blips, and it may just be a map where the field has issues there already. But if you've already done one harvest on it, you wouldn't think it would have. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, kind of write that one down as the fix. All right. Got that field created and plowed. Looks like Fuzzy's got a little bit more to do over there. So I'm gonna go grab the planter. I think that planter will take this tractor. Which tractor is this? This is the Terra Track, and it's got 445. It should be able to do it. Yeah, it only requires 350, so this tractor should be able to pull it. If not, I'll get something with a little more oomph. Let's see, how much is that beast right there? 565. Let me get a second planter first. I think I've got enough money to get one. Really don't even have to beef it up too much. Do the tires on it. Stick with the tracks. That's 603. Need some stuff. I need seed. And liquid vert. I think this takes liquid vert. Yep. Actually, swap these out and I'll grab the other one so I can get to the stuff. The mod with the information on the farm, that is Simple Inspector. It's in the PC in-game mod hub. Yep, simple inspector. Jeff typed it up there. Search for go into the in-game mod hub and search for simple inspector and you'll find it. It'll probably come up if you just type in simple or maybe inspector. I'm gonna need more seed. Alright guys, I'm gonna take my first break and then we'll come back and probably do a little sleeping and then maybe sell some more silage and then we'll start planting probably cotton in February. So I shall return. You guys over on YouTube will be back in the next video, so you can probably skip on to the next one if it's out. Until then, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you later, YouTube. Bye.